So it's Claire OT, I'm broadcasting again. I'm sitting with one of my heroes in mental health practice, and probably one of your heroes too. This lady is called Marion, and she is the, what shall I call you, a force of nature who is behind the Star Wars programme. Which is all about improving inpatient services and making them a little bit more human, making them respond to what we know as the recovery model. So here she is, the lady herself. Oops, here's Marion.
I'm quite small, so
yeah. Okay, let's just. There we go.
Hello.
There we
Hi.
go.
Hi. This is very modern, very exciting.
It's very exciting.
Do I look at you, Claire, or the camera?
Well, the camera's right here.
I'm looking at the camera. I'm looking at the
so
viewer.
You can look
Hello.
at the viewer.
Okay.
And if it's okay, I just want to ask you a few questions.
Sure.
So Star Wars came about because of your own experiences,
That's right.
it?
Yeah.
And so, what did you want to change about from your experience of inpatient services?
Well, it was partly about what I wanted to change, but partly it was actually about what I wanted to thank and sort of reciprocate. So yeah, I set up Star Wars after I was sectioned about 5 years ago. And my local hospital, St Anne's in Tottenham, I love. Really terribly grateful to them. But it's a grossly under-resourced service. And 5 years ago, it really was quite low key on the wards. You know, they weren't being driven mad to take part in activities. And when I left the hospital after a month, I was very grateful to staff for being enormously caring and non-judgmental. Because, you know, I'm sort of high risk. I don't want to go into details, but you know, I'm a very difficult patient, really difficult, and they were just lovely, and it was a very healing time. So partly to thank them for their support to me and their warmth and humanity, I wanted to do something to reciprocate. But parallel with that, it was very striking that bit of an announcement. Okay, sorry about this, just waiting for an announcement to pass. Sorry, I'm just giving Buddy some muffin in the meantime. Muffin for Buddy, who's down here.
Marion's bought her a support dog. It's called Buddy.
There we are.
Come on, Buddy. You're live on the internet,
there we go,
Buddy.
live on the internet.
Hey.
This is a first. This is a first. Good girl. Now, where were we?
Yeah, so
we were.
I was going to ask about Buddy in a minute, so
I'll finish off. So the St Anne's stories, it just seemed to be a really not making best use of staff time and skills and patient time and skills. Just very sort of wasteful because it was so unstructured. I mean, partly because it was just so under-resourced. So that's how I set up Star Wars, but it genuinely comes from a place of real love and appreciation and reliance. I am completely reliant on my local hospital for, you know, as an outpatient and an occasional inpatient, and I really appreciate them.
From my perspective, I'm a mental health OT, as you may know, and I've worked in inpatient settings, and so I know how, you know, with the best will in the world, you know, sometimes it's really difficult to provide the activities that we know are so important. And the Star Wars programme, it gives a fantastic structure to any organisation who wants to improve this. And so I want to extend my personal thanks to you for being a driving force for positive chank.
That's very nice of you.
You know, you're one of my all-time heroes.
Can we hug online?
Yeah,
we're going to hug online now. Thank you. That is so much. That's seriously, that really means a lot. Thank you.
Well, you know, it's very well deserved, and I think. You know, one of the things that breaks my heart is the fact that, you know, we have so many inpatients and so many outpatients as well, but people with lived experience of mental distress, and you know, we don't value people with lived experience enough in the service, and you know, I mean in society in general. So it's absolutely fantastic to know when we are making a difference and what we can do, because you know, we're service users too. There isn't that artificial barrier, and so often, you know, we're kind of almost trained to think that there's professionals and there's people that are using services, and I can tell you there are loads of professionals using services. You know, it's 1 in 4 people every year. So, you know, the chances are if you've got a multidisciplinary care team, one member of that care team is going to have an issue that year. So, you know, that's something to remember, isn't it?
Yeah.
So can I ask you about Buddy?
Yes, do.
So, Buddy's a support dog.
Yeah.
Is he to support you with your mental health, or
That's
is
right.
he
That's
a support
right.
dog for mental health?
Yeah, for my mental health. There's no scheme in the UK, unlike in America. In America, they have a lot of, I think they call them assistance dogs for the mentally ill, and there just isn't a scheme in the UK. So there's no one I could register Buddy with. So,
Oh, it's just saying that I'm low on battery,
Yeah.
so we'll keep going.
So this is actually a slightly sort of informal arrangement, but so the way it works is the Buddy's got a little yellow jacket, like
Like an
guide
assistant,
dogs.
yeah.
Here, Bads. Wait a second.
Well, Buddy, let's see if we can
that-
get you on the...
Oops. I don't know if you can see. Anyway, so that's Buddy's jacket. There we are, Buddy's support dog. Good girl. Like Blue Peter. Here's one I made earlier.
Yes,
support
yes.
dog I made earlier. And but by having that, and because the crucial thing is that because of the Disability Discrimination Act, which says that places like here have to make reasonable adjustments, I feel confident that if it's okay to have a guide dog for a blind person here, it's okay for me to have my support dog here. So that's the sort of framework. I just want to check on how much detail to give about my illness, because it's sort of
this is going to go onto Bambuza, which is a page on the internet, and I will tweet the links to this. And I've got probably about 2,000 followers.
Wow.
So, and it also mentions your Star Wars Twitter handle in the title.
Oh, thank
so
you.
it will also appear to people that are looking,
brilliant.
for Star
Thank
Wars.
you. But if it's a general, I'll keep it a bit general then.
Yeah, I would,
won't
yeah.
freak people out. But I have a sort of high risk illness, basically, and so having Buddy with me, as well as all the obvious stuff, isn't it? It's nice and makes me happier and stuff. But actually, I think we're dead.
Oh, don't worry. Hello, bird.
All right, this is